All right. So I'm going to tell the quick story about my bank account fraud. I didn't commit fraud. I have alerts that come through as a text message from my bank. I use PNC Bank, and I have two bank accounts. One is for my business that I owned. I was a wedding photographer, and I still have that bank account open, but I don't use it. I have it open because I have some wedding albums that brides still have to finish picking out their pictures so I can make their albums and order their albums. So anyway, I have to leave that account open. So anyway, there hasn't been any activity because I haven't been using it. So I get a text message on my phone saying, and there was at least $1,000 in there. I think there was like exactly $1,000 in there. And I get a message on my phone warning your threshold on your account your balance is $0, which is below your threshold of 250. So what that is I have PNC notify me if my balance gets below 250. And I'm like, oh, what's this? Because I don't use this account. Is there a check I forgot about? So I log on to my account, and there's a check number 433 for $1,375 that's in the pending area. And I'm like, what is this? And so I can't click on the check yet to see who the check's written out to because it's still pending. So I call the bank, and right away they look at the image of the check on their end, and they can see it's not even one of my checks. Someone got my checking account number and my routing number and typed up a check and made a check and wrote out this check and cashed this check. And the lady on the phone with me said, do you know these two people that it was made out to? And I said, no, I never heard of them. And she said, well, clearly this is a fraudulent check. We will put the money back in your account. She said, but this isn't, you're going to have to close this account because they have your routing number and your checking account number. So I said, well, the problem is I'm not in my home state right now and I'm not near a branch. Can we do this over the phone? She said, no, you have to physically go in the branch to close the account. So what I have to do is wait till I'm near a branch so I can physically go in the branch and close the account. Until then, she's putting a hold on the account so I can't use the account at all. So it's a good thing this is not my only bank account because I'd be stuck. So luckily I have a second bank account, and I guess that's a good tribute to the phrase, don't leave all your eggs in one basket. I still got a bump on my head. But my bruising's going away though, which is good. And I feel good. Sorry, I'm sidetracked here. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much to distract me. I interrupt myself all the time. Where was I? So I have to go in the branch. Oh, eggs in one basket. So I have another bank account that I can use. And I also have a credit card in case I have an emergency that has, I have it paid off. So I have money on it that I can use if I need to. And I only keep that just for emergencies. So had I not had a second bank account, I could have used it for food or gas or whatever I needed it for. So it's very important that you don't go on the road without money aside in different places. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Everything's great, I'm gonna get the money back, and they put the money back in the account, but guess what? I can't touch it because that account is on hold. I can't go in or out of that account for anything. I can't even transfer the money to my other bank account. So luckily I don't need that money. I have another bank account, like I said. So another thing she said, she asked if there were any other transactions I didn't recognize, and sure enough, there were 2 of them, and both of them were for like $1. And she said, yeah, that's usually what they do. They do a test run of like $1 withdrawal, and if it goes through, then they do the big withdrawal. And it's also a very good idea. Don't just wait once a month when you balance your checkbook to look for transactions like this. I go on my bank account website at least once a week. At least once a week to see if there's any odd transactions that I don't recognize. Sometimes, usually twice a week. If I have internet, I'll go on 2-3 times a week, because I've had, I'd say at least once every 3 months, there's some fraudulent withdrawal on there that I don't recognize. So it's a pretty common thing, but this is the first time I've had it where they've known my routing number and my checking account number. So that really stinks. And I know I've paid some utilities over the phone with that information, and I'm wondering if I shouldn't do that, if I should just mail checks in, or if somehow someone got a copy of one of my checks. I don't know. But anyway, I got to close that bank account now, and I guess open another business bank account, or just, I don't know, since I'm closing my business, maybe I'll just open a second account. And the other issue is, if you're traveling, now I'm like, maybe I should have a different bank that's countrywide, because I didn't think it was going to be a problem. I never would have thought I had to go in branch for something. So now I'm questioning, should I open another bank account at another bank? Like, maybe I could keep the PNC bank account, but have another bank account in a branch that's around the country. And if so, I'm gonna have to look into banks, because I've been with PNC a long time and I like them, and I don't like, there's a lot of banks I won't use because of their practices. And I'm not going to get into this. This isn't going to turn into a review of banks, so don't put comments about reviews of banks, because I won't. Negative. Don't put anything negatives. If you know good banks that are countrywide, go ahead and leave those, but don't do bank bashing in my comments, because I'll just delete it. I don't want this to turn into that. If you can think of any other helpful comments that can help people to prevent fraud, or help people, I don't know, anything that I haven't touched yet that's on your mind about this, go ahead and leave it in the comments. So that's all. I'm done driving for the night. I think I have one more night on the road, and then I'll be back in New Jersey. I got Pennsylvania ahead of me, and that's a long state. That's a very long state. Where am I now? I think I'm in, I don't even know where I am. I'm not in Pennsylvania yet. I don't even know. I'm at a Cracker Barrel somewhere for the night. All right, that's it, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for listening.